So many commercial real estate agents are taught to go out and get listings, and I'm going to tell you why that's a terrible idea and why you shouldn't do it anymore. What's up, everybody? My name is Henry Eisenstein. If you're new to the channel, I'm a commercial real estate agent and investor. I've been a part of about $500 million worth of transactions, and I'm only 29 years old. In today's video, I'm going to talk about why I don't go after any listings. I keep everything off market. I'm going to tell you why you should do the same. Let's take a few examples. If you went on LoopNet or CoStar right now and you looked at any on the market active listing, you're going to notice that the vast majority of those active listings for sale, not for lease, on the open market are typically not that great of a deal. If someone comes to you as a commercial real estate broker who maybe has been in the industry a little bit or a long time, it really doesn't matter. But if someone came to you and said, hey, I'd really like to sell my building, and you evaluate it and say, my evaluation says that this building is worth about $2 million. And they go, well, I'd like to list it for $3 million. What do? Do you just take the listing and put it on the open market? Or do you list it for 50% more than the property's worth? What would you do? Let me ask you this. Why would you not just submit an offer at 1.8 or 1.9 or $2 million like you're evaluating the property at, saying, well, I think it's worth this. Let's put it on the market and see if we can get this. Why would you not just give them an offer for that amount, showing that you can get that price? If it was truly worth $2 million, that means the market, right, aka the market or buyers out there, right, the economy, right, the market would show you that it's actually worth that amount, which means that you would get offers for that price, right? If you said it's worth $2 million and they list it on the market, then they should be getting offers in and around $2 million, right? Then why are these properties that are on the open market all absolutely overpriced and just sit on the market for months, if not sometimes years? They just sit on the market. Well, this is because agents are taught to get listings. Get a property owner to sign an exclusive listing, put it on the market, and hope and pray somebody else sells it. And I'm here to share with you that that's a little bit old school thinking, because what my team and I do is the following. Someone says, hey, I'd like to sell my building. And I say, okay, well, based on our evaluation, we believe your property is only worth $2 million. Here's 3 offers to prove it. We give them an offer for 1.8, 1.85, 1.9, 2 million, whatever it is, right? Right around the range in which we're telling them it's worth. Just somewhere in that range, right? If we say it's worth 2 million, we're getting them offers between, 1.8 and $2 million bucks, or right, somewhere in that vicinity. The reason why we do that is because the whole purpose of selling a property, or when someone calls you to sell their property, or you call them to sell their property, you're going to have to get an offer on the table. So we just collapse the time frame and say, hey, if we believe that it's actually worth X price, here's an offer for X price, where I'm making the offer because I'm a buyer. I'm looking for a property right now, right? I'm always looking for properties to buy. We are looking for certain returns, and I'll make an offer to buy the property where I can make certain returns. The only time ever that we have somebody who comes to us and say, hey, we'd like to sell our property, I submit the offer at $2 million. And then they're like, listen, that doesn't make sense. Well, we'd like to list it for $3 million bucks. The only time we ever found that happens is because the seller really isn't that motivated. Well, then why would you take the listing anyways if they're really not that motivated and they want to list the property for more than the property's worth? But because they're really not that motivated, they go, listen, let's see if we can get an offer. I'm not taking a listing like that. That's ridiculous. I just gave you 3 offers and I told you what the valuation was. And a lot of times, some people will come to me even like, listen, even with family, friends, they come to me and say, hey, I would like to sell my building. Great, well listen, we have 2 options. We can either get you several offers in and around this price because this is what your property is worth today. However, if for whatever reason you believe it's worth more, and if you just care to see what the market bears beyond that, we'll list the property for you. Not that we want to, not that that is our forte, because it isn't. However, we'll let them see it for themselves. Fine, no problem. Just like a lot of other real estate agents I'm sure do. But in my philosophy, that ends up being 1% of the properties we end up dealing with. Most of the time, we're very clear with our communication. And when I say a property is worth X, they also believe it's worth X. And if they believe it's worth more than X, they are allowed to, but it also means that I don't have to list the property for sale at that inflated price. Next time that you get a lead, I want you to submit an offer instead of trying to push for a listing. Evaluate the property at a very high level, bring it to an investor, and get an offer in writing right away. Say, listen, I believe the property is worth X price, and here's an offer to show you. This way, you can actually show yourself as being incredibly legitimate and knowing wholeheartedly what the market is worth. And now they're allowed to say no. They're allowed to say, I would never accept that offer. They're allowed to say, I'll take it, or I want to counter at X price. They can say whatever they want, but it's important to note that instead of leading with the lens of a broker saying, I want to list properties, like that's what I want to do, I want you to lead from the lens of an investor. This is not a game of how many listings can you get. It's actually a game of finding the most motivated sellers possible. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions for clarification, put it in the comment section down below. We do respond to every single comment. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give it a quick thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you get to do so. Appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everybody.